everybody wants to get their business booming. They want to get their business booming right where they are and globally. Well, guess what? There are books that can help you get your business booming. And I am Dr. Lotus Riche from Lotus Riche Ignites Coaching and Consulting, and I'm here to bring to you speakers, authors, and change makers that's going to help you get your business booming. So come on in and get in where you fit in, because I've got amazing speakers like
Barbara H. Smith. She's a business strategist, consultant, award-winning speaker, entrepreneur, author, corporate trainer, and actress. Make sure you get her book. She is the author of Speak, Coach, and Train. And of course, we've got the incredible Michele D. Clark, LMSW, Lift Nation LLC founder, hope dealer, coach, keynote speaker, and empowerment speaker, and the co-author of Hush, Breaking the Cycle of Silence.
Coming straight to you on this free, check it out, free webinar on books to get your business booming. Right here in this private Zoom room. And guess what? We're going global because we're going to also show it on Facebook Live. So we'll see you there. Get in where you fit in and get books that get your business moving. See you on the other side.
Awesome. Fantastic.
You know, everybody wants to get their business booming. They want to get their
business. Fantastic. So let us get shared here. We want to thank our guests here today, and I'm going to bring them up. Please welcome the ladies here for Books to Boom Your Business. I have none other than the incredible and amazing speaker, celebrity, global speaker and trainer, none other than the bodacious, bad, booming diva herself, Mrs. Barbara H. Smith. Hey, Barbara, how you doing?
Lotus, Riche, Dr. Lotus. It's always a pleasure, my sweet. I am great and grateful. Thank you for having me.
All right, fantastic. And of course, we have the amazing pleasure to have the remarkable speaker, the trainer, the LMSW herself, that's lighting up the world with her spirit and energy, none other than Michele D. Clark. Hey, Michele, how you doing? And happy to have you here.
Howdy, Doc. How are you? Oh, it's been super and amazing. As a matter of fact, I am doing fabulous on Fridays, and if I was doing any better, it's probably illegal in 3 states.
Awesome. So listen, we are going to get into this, and we have a worldwide audience that is visiting us. We may be having people jumping in our Zoom. We just make it so easy for people to join us from all around the world. And for you, our viewers, I want to say hello and welcome to Books to Boom Your Business. And I want to thank you for being here. And of course, we want to welcome our international celebrity speaker, coach, trainer, show host, Ms. Barbara H. Smith, and of course, the licensed clinical social worker, therapist, thought management executive coach of woman, author, speaker, and cancer survivor, none other than Michele D. Clark. And today we are going to be talking about our phenomenal topic. It's called Books to Boom Your Business. And today we're going to start right off with none other than Mrs. Barbara H. Smith. And so while you're coming in, go ahead and share this with someone you know. Look, we're going to give you 30 seconds to share this broadcast. Go to my page, share it to your page, and share it to groups all around the world. Here's your 30 seconds. You've got 19 seconds to share this broadcast around the world. I've got 2 phenomenal speakers here today. That's Mrs., don't get it twisted, Mrs. Barbara H. Smith and Miss Michele D. Clark. We are about to help you boom your business. Awesome. Fantastic. And so now that you've shared, when you come into the show, let us know where you're coming in from. Let us know if you want to sign up with one of the ladies' programs, because they've got programs to help you, like I always say, ignite and take flight in every area of your life. And they're going to help you boom your business and your life. So let's get started. I want to start off first with our amazing guest. She is the author of Speak, Coach, and Train, Okay, she is none other than the incredible Barbara H. Smith. So, Barbara, again, I'm happy that you're here. And Barbara, I just feel like you keep doing so much for the world at large. So let's talk about your book first and what inspired you to write the book.
Wow. Thank you so much, Dr. Riche, for allowing me to present what I do and having me on your show. Anytime I'm near you, I feel like I'm enlightened, inspired, uplifted, all of those things. But what inspired me to write the book? Actually, I have been writing a book for 10 years and it never got written.
Right.
And then I had a dear friend, near and dear to both of us, Dr. Eric Kelly III, who challenged me.
Yes.
Is what he did. He challenged me. He said, "You say you're a speaker." I said, "Yes, sir." "You're not really." I said, "What do you mean?" He says, "Where's your book?"
Right.
I said, "I don't have one." He said, "You're a speaker." "Yes, sir." "And you don't have a book?" I said, "No, sir." So he says, so next week when we meet, when we talk, when we have a conversation, I need you to have your book done. And I went,
like what?
"Wait, what?" He said, "Yeah, I need you to have your book done." And I said, "Doc, that's not going to happen." He said, "Listen, next week."
Right.
I said, what do you mean? He said, "You're not listening." I said, "I am listening. You said I need to have a book done by next week. That's virtually impossible." He said, "Let me ask you a question. How many things have you written in 10 years?
Yes.
How many pieces of paper have you journaled on in 10 years? How many speeches have you done in 10 years? I want you to go back and pull every thumb drive, every journal, every notebook, and then I want you to categorize it, and then I want you to come back to me and tell me, how many books do you have?" I said, "Books." He said, "How many books?" Well, I took him up on the offer, the challenge,
the directive,
and I had 7 books unwritten.
Wow.
7.
Wow. That's all right. Woo! Go ahead, folks. Put 7 in the chat. 7.
So he lit a fire under me, and that's how the book got started.
Wow.
So in 2 weeks, I had the manuscript done. And in 3 weeks, the book was ready to go to the editor.
Wow.
And in 4 weeks, the book was completed.
Wow.
And that's how the book got started.
Wow. And that says a lot about, one, having a resource that you can go to, people that can seed into you. And then I always tell people I'm forever the teacher and forever the student. And you have to be humble enough to be the student to hear what the teacher has to say so that they can help you along your journey to really, and I always say this, expand your reach and raise your revenue, because it's without question, this book is thebomb.com. So I know you're expanding your reach. I've seen you across seas, okay, and you're doing the darn thing, and you're taking this book with you because you don't only speak, you coach and you train and you help people change their lives for the better. And as a result of what you do, people are really opening up new areas of operating, not only in their private life, but also in their business life. So let me ask you about the speak part. And I want to break the title of the book down. You say speak, coach, train. Why do you say speak, and why is speaking so important?
That's a great question, Dr. Roche, but I want to answer one more thing about how it got started.
Yes.
Not only did Dr. Eric Kelly III inspire me and put a fire under me, he also wrote the foreword to my book. And so
that's right.
That was very pivotal for me. And the cover, he did the cover art for it as well. Yeah. So speak, because your communication is what either gets you in a door or shuts the door in your face.
Right.
You have to be able to articulate the words that you're thinking so that they are relative, relatable, and able to give a response to a person who's asking you questions. So not only do you have to be able to formulate the words, vowels, sounds, so that people understand what you're saying.
Yep.
When they ask you questions about what you do, your business, your life, whatever it is, you have to also be able to speak in a way that's clear enough for them to receive your message.
Exactly. I love that. I love that. She come in here dropping mouses, mics, and everything. My mouse is kind of expensive, so I won't drop. My mic is kind of expensive. I won't drop that. But you just nailed it. You nailed it, because when we don't speak and get our message out, we miss the opportunity to help change somebody's life, because our message is our power. Our story is our power, and our power is our story. So wonderful. Let's talk about the coach portion of that title. Why coach?
Why coach? Well, that's another interesting story. I never thought of myself as a coach.
Mm-hmm.
And these days, the word coach has become so diluted.
Yes.
Anybody that wants to do something with revenue can say, I'm a coach, and really injure people because they haven't been trained to do so.
Right.
And so I was sitting with my coach. I have 4 coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Plugs for real coaches.
Right.
Dr. Penny Sessoms is Coach SP.
Yes.
And she said to me one day, you should be a coach.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the thing. I measure what people are based on people that I know do it in excellence.
Right.
And Dr. SP is one of the top creme de la creme coaches in America.
Yes.
And so when she said you should be a coach, I'm thinking, not measured up against my measurement of you. There's no way in the world I could be a coach. And she said something that was very profound and started me to look into getting certified to be a coach.
Right.
And she said to me, you do it naturally. Anyway.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I went, what do you mean? She says, people are always coming to you. Have you paid attention? They're always coming to you for advice, for direction, for how you did this thing or that thing, or how you elevated your business.
Right.
You're a coach by design.
Exactly. And sometimes people see that on the outside of us, and we don't see it because we're so busy giving. We don't see that, hey, this is a gift that God has given us. Dr. Eric Thomas always talks about the fact that your gifts will make way for you. You know, it will make way for you to make money. It will make way for you to make connections. It will make way for you to do anything you want to do on this planet. And here's another thing to that too. Money or wealth isn't just greenbacks, dollars. Wealth is your resources, who you connected to,
correct,
and how you show up on the planet. That's right. So I love that. So let's talk about the train, because I've seen you over. And I know you were in Africa last year, and that's not the first time.
Right.
And you're moving all around the world, and there's a frequency, there's a vibration that you're causing. You're really the train. Okay.
Wow.
And you're moving on the track.
Wow.
So
Lotus.
tell me about the train.
Wow, Dr. Lotus, you took me someplace just then on that train ride.
That's
okay,
right.
So I was not thinking that at all. You just added another dimension to what I can add to my repertoire of things to talk about.
Yes.
But the train part is I am a trainer innately. God has gifted me with giving information in such a way that people always leave my presence with a valuable tool.
Right.
Something about them has changed, transformed by being with me in training. And that's the goal. I never want anyone to ever leave being in my space or being in space with me and not be better, come up higher, learn more, do more. And not just to just talk about it, but to have that aha moment where they walk away with something that's empowered them to do something different. And so I train as, everywhere I go, everything I do, I'm always training. My husband says, thank you, teacher, whenever I try to teach him something. But I learn things. I'm a lifelong learner, not for the purpose of just getting information.
Mm-hmm.
My information that I gain, obtain, absorb is for me to disseminate to other people. That's the trainer in me.
I love it. I love it. Come on, y'all. Let's hear it for Barbara. Wow. Wow. I love that. So Barbara and folks all around the world, I see a lot of comments coming in. So I wanna go to some of the comments. I see you, Tina. Tina, let us know where you're coming in from. We're happy to have you here. And Kate DeLeon, I see you. Thank you for being here. She says, so excited about the show, watching from the Pacific. Okay. And of course, we got Manila in the house watching, and we've got several sevens in there, giving these ladies some love from around the world. And Tina said, I missed the 7. So put a 7 in there anyway, because we talked about that a little earlier. But if you're on board with booming your business and you want to help somebody boom their business, how about this? Put a number 7 in the comment block below, okay? And then reach out to us if you are an author and you want to be on the books to boom your business. And thank you, Tina. She says she's coming in from Fort Lauderdale. Always great to see that. And then Faithful through it all is watching from Detroit. So thank you so much. And thank you, Tina, for putting in your 7. So I'd like everybody to take a quick moment. Go ahead and share this broadcast out. Tap somebody on your shoulder and tell them, hey, you need to be checking this out. Share this across all your social media, because who knows, one day you might be on Books to Boom Your Business and you'll want people to share the broadcast out as well. Because after all, I've got 2 dynamic ladies, Mrs. Barbara H. Smith. She is a celebrity speaker, trainer, and a host of other things that I could share with you, but we will be here till next month. And of course, we've got Miss Michele D. Clark, LMSW. She is a phenomenal speaker. She is also a coach, mind you, whether you know that or not, because she coaches people through their lives to help them be healthy in their mind, body, and soul. And she's here today to help all of you around the world also to boom your business, just as Mrs. Barbara H. Smith is here. And so, Barbara, I want to thank you for sharing those golden nuggets and morsels about your book. And so, you know, I've had your book for some time, and just let me just say, folks, I've been suffering with some throat issues, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a sip. So y'all go ahead and take a sip if y'all got something there to drink. Ooh, go ahead and take a sip and coat your throat. We're speakers, so we're speaking all the time, and we have to protect our throats. So I've got a little lemon and ginger tea with a fresh cuts of lemon in here. Okay, and I've got some golden seal and echinacea in my tea. So, Barbara, you know I couldn't come to Books to Boom Your Business without reading something from Books to Boom Your Business. And folks, make sure you stay tuned, because at the end of the show, Barbara's going to give us 5 tips to help you boom your business. Okay, so Barbara, in your book, for those of you just joining, I got Barbara in the hot seat. Let me do this like this. Her book is called Speak, Coach, and Train. She is a celebrity global speaker, trainer, and author. And now I'm going right into her book, getting in her business. So on page 66, Barbara, you said creating a concrete plan. And matter of fact, let me go back to 65, because I want people to know I said which page, but in the chapter, why do we need a plan? Okay, she spells it out. Barbara spells it out why a plan is essential. And then she comes down and gives you some nuggets on creating the plan, which is on page 66. Barbara, you said creating a concrete plan is one of the most valuable ways to achieve your goals. Following is a blueprint. Okay, get this, folks. Thousands of dollars, okay, paid thousands of dollars. This lady right here, it's blueprint. Note takers or money makers, you might want to write this down. Following is a blueprint of a real-time plan, not a dead plan, a real-time plan. Okay, so Miss Barbara, you said accept who you are. That's your first tip. Why is it so important for people to accept who they are?
Oh, that's such a good question, Dr. Riche. Listen, many people, including me, which is part of the story of how I became a speaker, coach, and trainer,
Yes.
base who we are on what other people think we should be.
Yes.
We have grown up with, oh, you should be a teacher, or you do so well at art, you should be an artist, or you should be an engineer because you fix things so well. But instead of that, I'm asking people, and what I had to do was get quiet.
Yes.
Go, as my old grandma would say, go sit down somewhere.
Yes. Yes.
See, can't you do that? Go sit down somewhere. But seriously, sit down and get quiet.
Right.
Enough to meditate regularly and ask, who am I? If you're not sure, and be honest, because the worst person to lie to is you.
Yes.
Be honest. If you don't know who you really are, and if you know how you don't know who you are is when you walking through this life every day and you are miserable.
Yes.
You're unhappy. You don't know which direction you're going. You're just letting the time go by, and you're just floating in space with the rest of the wind. So I said, you have to accept who you are. You are designed fearfully and wonderfully made for a purpose. And until you understand what that passion and that purpose is, you can't accept who you are. Yeah. And I remember one of my coaches said these words to me, and I will never forget it. You don't know who you are, because if you did, you wouldn't be where you are. Oh, that stung.
Wow.
But it was a wake-up call. It was a wake-up call for me, Dr. Riche. Because how you gonna tell me I don't know who I am?
Yep.
But she was right. She was right. But I had to discover who I was. I had to get quiet. I was the one that's always going, doing, and not stopping to see. Is my life really meaning something? Is it meaningful? Am I leaving a legacy? Is there something between my dash that's going to be remembered? And when I realized that I was just going and doing, and I really didn't know who I was, and realized that she was right. Dr. Danetta Watson, thank you for that.
Wow. Wow. So, Michele, I heard what Miss Barbara said. And I heard also in her book, you have to own your passion. Michele, do you want to hear what she got to say about own her passion? Why is that in there? Go ahead, you ask her the question.
Listen, I have got to know why you have to own your passion, and I got my book ready to take notes.
Well, here's the thing. I didn't own my passion. My passion, again, was always teaching and showing other people. Since I was 8 years old, I was teaching my brothers and sisters. I'm the eldest of 5. And then I recall back to a classroom situation when I used to get in trouble because I was smart in school and I would finish my work first in school, and then I would go and run and help the other children in the classroom, and the teacher would tell me, I'm the teacher, sit down in your seat. But I didn't want to own that because I always thought teachers didn't get paid money. See, I was limiting my passion to what I saw in the classroom. That I should be a K through 12, and I knew as well, I didn't want to be a K through 12 instructor. I give kudos to anybody who's teaching K through 12, especially today during this pandemic, whatever you want to call it, because they understand their role. Let me say this. My passion was teaching. My passion still is teaching. But the way I thought of it was not owning my passion. The way I thought of it was I had to teach K through 12. And teaching is not about necessarily teaching K through 12, even though all other professions come through teachers. All other professions that are professions have to come to a teacher.
That's right.
That's powerful.
Yep.
And so I give teachers the utmost applause, underpaid, underappreciated, occupation, most underpaid and underappreciated occupation in the world,
and undervalued.
and
We
undervalued.
place
and the one profession. Get this now.
Mhm.
It's the one profession
Mhm.
whereby all other professions come through.
Exactly. Because the foundation of your profession is built on the initial tutelage that you receive, whether it be at home, because a lot of our parents are teachers. They're born teachers because they must be. And then when we go out into the world, into school, into formal education, then we have these teachers. Now, mind you, that they have their own lives, despite trying to help you raise your child.
Right.
And so
that's what I mean by that. Say you have to own
exactly. Exactly. I love that. I love that. So own your passion. Own your passion. So, Michele, I heard and I read that Barbara said you have to have something called SMART. I'm gonna say it again, folks. You might want to write this down. SMART goals. I want to know about it. What about you, Michele?
I'm in there like swimwear. Let's go, Barbara. Let's go.
Everybody's heard of SMART goals. I'm sure most everybody's heard of SMART goals. Sensible, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time sensitive or time restricted.
Right.
So when you set a goal, you can say, for example, I set a goal earlier this year. It was a monetary goal, time bound. That's right. I set a goal earlier this year. I could have said, I will have some clients by the end of the year.
Right.
Not smart.
No.
Not a smart goal. Why? Because some is not a number.
Right.
By the end of the year, it's not a date on the calendar.
Right.
And that I'm not progressing because many of us, and me specifically, was not progressing because my goals were not smart goals. Now, I'm not saying smart as in intelligent, as in intelligent. I'm saying smart as in these characteristics. It's gotta be. You gotta be strategic about everything you put on a piece of paper. So when you write down a SMART goal, you have to write it in a way that you plan to achieve it, first of all. And you plan to achieve it in a sensitive manner, meaning you can't just throw something out into the atmosphere and expect it to happen, because faith without works is what?
Dead. Dead. Dead.
So you got to work through the plan, as in create a goal that is measurable. You can measure whether you're achieving it or not. How many months is it going to take you? Is it achievable? I want $1 million by tomorrow. Not achievable, not smart at all. You know, that's ridiculous. Unless you hit the lottery, 1 in a million chance. Realistically, I could lose 5 pounds in 30 days.
Right.
Realistically, I could say every day I'm going to get up and eat less carbs and less sugar and drink more water. And in 30 days, I plan to lose 5 pounds. That's a smart goal.
Right.
And so we have to do that with all of our goals. We have to be strategic. They've got to be measurable. They've got to be achievable. They've got to be realistic. They've got to be time bound. I ask clients on the regular, when we're done with our initial assessment and they agree that we're going to exchange value, my time for your value, and I ask them this very poignant and pointed question: when do you think you will pay your invoice? And they will say, I'll pay the invoice.
Okay, let's take him out of here. Pardon us. Pardon us. Keep going, please.
They'll say things like, I'll pay the invoice next week, and I will say this in return. Next week is not a date on the calendar.
Exactly.
So when do you plan to pay the invoice?
Exactly.
And they will say, I'll pay it next Tuesday. Next Tuesday is not a date on the calendar. What date do you plan to pay the invoice? Very straight faced.
Amazing.
And they say, I'll pay it on June 30th. That'll work.
Awesome. I love it. And to our person that just jumped on, Joe, we thank you for being here. But just be mindful, folks, when you come on, be prepared for books to boom your business, because this is about business, and this is about helping people to boom their business all around the world. Okay. And we appreciate each and every one of you for being here. So if you have not shared this broadcast yet, I invite you to go ahead and share it. And if you have shared it, I invite you to go ahead and put somebody's name in the chat. Who you shared that with? And why? I see my friend Robert Carlisle. He's here. Thank you so much. Robert, let us know where you're coming in from. And Marva Riley, I see you. Let us know where you're coming in from, Marva. We are so delighted and happy to have you. And if y'all just joining us, look here. We've got, two phenomenal ladies here at Books to Boom Your Business. And since she came into the room, she's been slaying it with her wonderful book, Speak, Coach, and Train. And this is what she's doing right now. She's training all of us. And so the final one I want to share, Michele. Barbara had the audacity to say, real world problem, weight loss planning. What you think she mean by that?
I'm on the edge of my seat, Dr. Lotus. I cannot go to hear it.
What I did was actually have a weight loss problem. I for years I couldn't lose weight to say, I had this little problem, issue, struggle, obstacle. I like food. So, and my diet consists of anything I want to eat.
Yes.
Anything I want to eat. But what I learned is that sugar, my favorite at one time.
Yes.
And bread was causing me upper respiratory issues.
Wow.
So now I got a reason.
Yes.
To lose weight. And that's what I explore in that weight loss opportunity, the weight loss planning. And I can walk you through the steps I took to use a SMART goal.
Wow.
To aim higher, to reach my goal. And since February last year, I've lost 30 pounds and kept it off.
Congratulations. Wow. That's awesome. That's just simply awesome.
I take the process of what I did with the hopes that you could look at that plan and inject it into your own goal, whatever it is,
right,
and then proceed to accomplish your goal.
Wow. That's awesome. And that's not easy to do, Barbara. And I'm looking over here because I want to say this, folks. To do what she's done, it takes some secret sauce. And that's what you're getting here today, to know that you can do this because we are masters and you are powerful. And guess what? Your mind is a wand for creation. It's without question, whatever we think about, we bring about. You're just not going to do that overnight because it takes discipline and commitment. But it also takes tenacity. It takes stamina and energy. And you have to speak a word over yourself in order to make that happen. So I want to invite each and every one of you, go ahead, look down below the broadcast. You'll see you can get your book. Okay. And I'm going to be showing this. You can get your book from both of these lovely ladies. Get your book. Get it today. If you get it today, I'm sure that you will be well pleased. So, Miss Barbara, I want to thank you for sharing that. I pulled her right into them 5 tips, y'all. I did not give her no way out. 5 tips. But Miss Barbara, would you please share one more amazing tip that you would like to share with the world?
Yeah. I like, my favorite one is run towards the fear. In the book, I have a caption called Run Towards the Fear. And people would say, why would I do that? Well, you can believe the hype of false evidence appearing real.
Right.
The acronym of fear. Or you can face everything and rise.
That's right. I love that.
Face everything and rise.
So
it doesn't matter.
So hold on, Barbara. Hold on. Folks, note takers are money makers. And note takers are change makers. So if you're ready to make some positive change, I'm going to go. I know that's old school, but I'm going to rewind and I'm going to ask Miss Barbara to say that again, just in case you missed it. Barbara?
Yes, ma'am. Run towards your fear.
Yes.
Because you can believe the hype that FEAR is false evidence appearing real, or you can FEAR and face everything and rise.
I love it. Face everything and rise. It's really up to you. So let's hear from Miss Barbara H. Smith. Woo! Love it. So face everything and rise. And with no further ado, we're going to take a quick break and we're going to come right back to you with our next guest for Books to Boom Your Business. You're going to love her. Be right back.
It's time for you to start bossing in social media. For all your social media needs, you come to the right place at the right time to get your website designed and social media platform. And get the training you need to get in front of the people that's ready to buy your products and services. Let me train you in StreamYard, Clubhouse, and much more. And let me help you get your virtual professional. Not assistant, because assistant can only assist you, but the virtual professional can give you that professional flavor that you need to expand your reach and increase your revenue. Jump on in and get it when you get it and start bossing today.
Simply loving it. And we are back. And I want to thank all of you for being here today from wherever you coming. We got some comments. So I always want to keep our guests involved around the world. So Robert said, boom. You did that, Miss Barbara. You did that. And so Tina said, thanks for coming, Marva. So she tagged Marva, and Marva is here. And Marva said, awesomeness. Yes, these ladies are awesome. So thank you, Miss Marva. You're awesome too. And make sure you connect with us. Stay connected with us. And we got this. I'm learning new acronyms. SMART and FEAR. One of our Facebook viewers put that in there. And guess what? Sarah said, you know what? I can't let this go by without me giving my 2 cents. I'm putting it up here. Run towards the fear. Barbara H. Smith. That's right. That's what she said. That's her story. And guess what? We all sticking to it. And so with no further ado, I would love for you to put your virtual hands together and your physical hands together for our next brilliant, amazing author, speaker, trainer, coach, LMSW. She's a licensed clinical social worker. She's a therapist. She's a thought management executive. She's a coach for women, authors, speakers. She's a cancer survivor. None other than the lady right here to help you boom your business through books to boom your business. Please welcome Miss Michele D. Clark. Hey, Michele.
Hey, Dr. Lotus, thank you again so much for having me on here. I appreciate it so much.
You are so welcome. So, Michele, I've had the pleasure to have your book in my possession and read this book called Hush. And we know that a lot of times entrepreneurs all around the world, they are the substance of the experiences that they've had. And so you and I we've had many conversations and we've talked and we share some similar stories. But yet, in your book, Hush, you shared with the world something that many people may say is taboo, may try to silence you. So, can you tell us a little bit about, well, tell us as much as you like about your book, Hush, okay? And then let's get into why Hush and why you decided to be a part of this wonderful anthology.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you again so much. First of all, I'm just a small town girl with big time dreams. And God has really shown his grace and mercy and has saved me from some really life-threatening situations. And, growing up in Harvey, that's a small town I talk about, and Harvey, Illinois. Most folks don't even know where that is. But it's near the south side of Chicago. Definitely don't have to be a reporter on America's Most Wanted to know how Chicago got its nickname, Chirac. People were thugging and drugging and stealing and killing. And instead of selling dope, I decided to become a hope dealer. And that's what I do with my company, Lift Nation.
Awesome.
And thank you. And so it was with that, some of the experiences that I've had, good, bad, and otherwise, in that small town of Harvey, that really sparked when I was presented with this project of Hush. It's an anthology, as you talked about. And with that, I thought it was just imperative to share some of the behind the scenes of how I became this. A lot of people know me as Transform, right? They know the living, helping women to live inspired, free, and transform, but they don't know what I transformed from. Right. And so it's so important. It's so important for people not just to see the glory, but to understand sometimes there's some glory behind the story. So I wanted to put it out there. And my chapter is behind closed doors, because there's so much that goes on behind closed doors that we are not only passively taught to not talk about, we're also forced by, whether it's the victimizer or whether it's someone in our community, if it's our workplace, if it's a parent, some things are oppressing us and making us feel as if we cannot share what we have healed from or are still in the process of healing from, or even need to heal.
Exactly.
Because we have to present as this perfect person, if you will. Oh, we can't talk about that because we don't talk about that in our family. Oh, we can't talk about that at work because if you show any signs of weakness, you're going to be fired. Oh, you can't talk about that over in this community. You can't talk about it in the church. No, we're not going to talk about that. So there's so many taboo places that we feel that we can't express ourselves and talk about the hurt that we've experienced. But that's when the healing starts.
Yes.
When we're able to open up. Just imagine if you got cut. And instead of treating, instead of putting some antiseptic on it or whatever your healing thing is that you do, but instead you just put a bandage over it.
Yes.
I don't know what that would look like in about, let's just say, even a week.
It's going to look infected. It's going to look infected. It's going to stink. Barbara, what you think how it's going to look?
It's absolutely going to stink because it's not giving it a chance to air out and heal like our wounds that we have.
Absolutely. And so think about now what that's going to look like in a year's time. Or 2 years. You probably won't even have your arm.
You done dropped my Bose speaker up in this joint. Woo!
But that's real talk.
Yes.
So we have to address the things that are what perceivably are stumbling blocks.
Right.
But once we address it, they will become our stepping stones.
I love it.
So funny, Doctor.
I love it. Stumbling blocks to stepping stones. So let me ask you this. What you experienced was without a doubt a stumbling block. But how did you help yourself to transform and help other women and men? Because other men and other women have been raped, have been abused. How did you take that stumbling block turn it into a stepping stone for yourself and help other people step into their greatness despite the stumbling block.
Yes, absolutely. You know what? To begin with, because I do want to go ahead and put out there, because in order to tame it, you got to name it. And yes, it was sexual assault. I was raped. And at the time, when I was raped, I was 14 years old. I was raped by a 19-year-old. When I first stepped into the arena, I thought I was invincible, as most 14-year-olds do. And then I ran up against that 19-year-old, and I did say no. And then I froze. And the rest was history. But the thing is, what he didn't realize, and probably didn't even care, is that not only did he steal my virginity, but he also stole my self-identity. Dr. Lotus, I lost who I was. I didn't know who I was anymore. I was just like what my mom says, a leaf blowing in the wind.
Wow.
I had no direction, no aim, no guidance, no purpose. I just felt like I was something disgusting, be used up and thrown away. Because in my mind, Dr. Lotus, I was going to be able to wear white down the aisleway for real.
Right.
You know, us schoolers, we know what that means.
Exactly.
You know, and so when that was no longer the case, I felt that I was no longer not only marriage material, I didn't even think I was worthy of life.
And you know, in a lot of countries, they say that you've been spoiled.
Yes.
And then you're ostracized for something that you didn't even create. You know, and then if a child comes from that, then you're further ostracized, and you're feeling ashamed, and you're not. Sometimes back in the day, people would take the girl child, especially if they were down south or up north or wherever, and they would send them to a relative's house or to a boarding school or something like that, you know. And somebody, I want to get this. I want to get this. Not just in a lot of countries, in this country. So that showed above our face. But I wanted you guys to see this, because this is true conversation we're having right in the Zoom room. We're having this conversation. So it's without question that we can't just hush.
No.
We got to speak up. And so you decided to speak up. And what made you decide to speak up in this book where you got so many other authors telling their story? You really showed a level of vulnerability.
Yes.
So what helped you to get there?
So what I want to do first, Doc, is I want to take a step back and answer the second part of the first question when you asked, what did I do to get past that? And then we can fast forward, because I'm telling you, these ladies in this book, oh my word, I love them for life. They're amazing. Woo. So it was a long journey, y'all, and it wasn't easy. What I realized is, first of all, I had a very good upbringing from my mom and dad. So thank the Lord Jesus that I had that kind of a foundation, something to hold on to, a root. So when I was just swaying in the wind and didn't know where I was going, I still had that foundational root that held strong to me. So I did turn back to the church. I got myself back right. And I don't say back right with God, because God never left me, I left God. Let's get that right. In addition to that, I did the hard work as far as I went to therapy. Hello, somebody.
Hello.
I went to therapy. It was necessary for me to be able to reach down and pull out all of that gook, all of that junk outside of me, spread it out on the table, and have somebody professional, first of all, to be there with me. Right. It's okay to have your sister there, or your friend there, or Ray, Craig, Shonda's little brother, whoever you want to have with you to help you through some of the process. But you really need a professional, or someone who has some sort of wisdom. That means that they have knowledge that has been tried, true, and tested. Right. Have that wisdom to be able to guide you through. You can't have Wow. So I did that. So I had a spiritual leader, and I had a mental health leader, if you will. Wow. Someone who worked with me and helped me to get the stuff out of me, make some sort of sense of it, throw out what was no good, repurpose the stuff that was good that just needs to see, because you can't throw the bathwater out, the big out with bathwater. That's right. There are some things that when we go through what we go through, it's to help us to grow through. Yes. And I love that. We may feel like it's not necessary. And trust me, there are many times I'm like, Lord, why did I have to go through this?
Yep.
But let me tell you, if I didn't go through it, there would be no hush with me in it.
Exactly.
There would be no me
Exactly.
being able to help, be that beacon of light for another sister or brother, whomever, who may be going through this darkness and not understanding how to get through. I'm that beacon of light for them. I have a testimony. There's no testimony without a test. Come on,
that's
somebody.
right. I love it. And you know what, Michelle? I want to tell our viewers, I see you. Give us some analytics. If you loving what she say, go ahead and tap them hearts and tap them thumbs up and give her a L in the comment. Tap them hearts and tap them thumbs up. I see you, Kathy Ray, out of Passaic, New Jersey. I see you, Faith, through it all. Let us know where you coming from. And I'm telling you, oh, she know how to come in the house. She said she's watching from Detroit. So thank you. I see some L's coming in the house. So yes. So please continue, because I want to say this. Barbara put in the chat that a lot of times people of color, we don't go through therapy.
Mm-hmm.
We don't do what we're doing now. We don't come together on books to boom your business. But we're in every vocation on the planet just about. And you would think that we would have the wherewithal to get the help that we need, because it's hard to help somebody when you can't help yourself. When you all toe up from the flow up and don't know what to do, and you're about to throw up a bunch of negativity, because all you're pulling in most of the time is negativity in and negativity out, because you haven't set effective boundaries. And sometimes we're not taught how to set those effective boundaries until we go to the thing that we call therapy. So I love what you just said. I love that. So you got through it by really saying, look, I need some help. You know, that word help for many years, and even sometime today, has been a taboo word. We don't go to people and say, hey, listen, I need your help, because it makes us vulnerable. It makes the world know that we don't know everything about everything. But you decided, I'm going to get me some help.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
How did that feel for you?
Every lesson purposed.
Exactly.
Help.
Heal everything left in pieces. Woo! I saw that too. I saw that too.
Absolutely. And so the next part that you had asked me about the ladies of Hush. First of all, I have to give a 100% hallelujah shout out to our visionary author, Tanisha Johnson. Tanisha Johnson, I love you to life for bringing all of us ladies together. Yes. And we've done other projects together. We had a series at my church where we did an 8-week series of Hush, where I invited all the ladies out for each of the chapters to come out. And we had an open forum to talk about it, because, again, this is something that we need to not be hushed about. We need to break the cycle of silence around sexual abuse and sexual assault, because mine was sexual assault. And so we need to make sure that we're having these conversations, and not just as a community, but in our homes.
Exactly.
In our homes. So as a licensed therapist, I do that in the therapeutic setting. I also do that in my home. So we have to make sure that we're equipping our families with the knowledge, with the information, with the wisdom, and also with the resources to make sure that we can not only stay physically healthy, but mentally healthy. I've been on soapbox for 2.5 seconds, if you allow me.
Please do. You
know, so many times we are encouraged to go to the doctor, our primary care physician, in order for us to get an annual tune-up, if you will, of our bodies.
Yes.
What controls the body, everybody?
Your brain.
Our mind. So why are we not encouraged to get an annual tune-up of our minds?
Yep. So Barbara had a question for you.
Come on, Barbara, what you got for me?
You want me to uncover my mic and talk? Lord have mercy.
Yes. Because you asked a question in the chat, and I think that's a great question. I would say, yeah.
Well, first question I can ask two quick questions.
Of course.
I'm going to ask you, how many ladies in the anthology?
Yes, it's 8 of us total.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. And then my next question was, did you become a therapist as a result of your trauma?
No.
Awesome.
No. I became a therapist. Here's funny, because when you talk about 8 years old, I was laughing in my mind because I was like, I'm so there with you, Barbara. When I was 6 years old, I was in my classroom, my first grade classroom, and I took after Lucy on the Peanuts game, and I had my little sign up on my desk, 5 cents for advice, and well, it was. And the classroom had a pencil sharpener, y'all.
Straight entrepreneur.
At my desk to sharpen a pencil, my little small manual pencil sharpener to get some advice for 5 cents. Now I don't know what kind of problem was going through a 6 child, but all I know is because I remember this because my mom always jokes about how my first grade teacher, love you, Miss Skinner, Miss Skinner, talked to her when she came to pick me up and said, "Your child is something else." So I've always had a love for people. And I've always had the love of helping people through whatever it is they're going through, all the way from the age of 6. So
that's your passion. And
yes.
That's what I was getting at. You owned up to your passion, and that turned into your career. Bravo, kudos.
Yes.
That's it, from passion to purpose.
Yes. I love it. I love it. And that's what I was talking about before. You know, our passion will make way and guide us through our purpose. If we yield to it, you know, we've got to yield to it. And sometimes we're pressed down in our lives and we're separated from our passions by the words of people who would deliberately want to do us harm. Not because they're bad people, but sometimes people are taught that. Often they're taught that. And so that's the reflection that shows up in the world of them. And so I'm going to take me a sip because then I'm coming back for the book. So, folks, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come right back. It's time for you to start posting in social media. For all your social media needs, you come to the right place at the right time to get your website designed and the social media platform. And get the training you need to get in front of the people that's ready to buy your products and services. Let me train you with StreamYard, Clubhouse, and much more. And let me help you get your virtual professional. Not assistant, because assistant ain't only official. Let the virtual professional can give you that professional flavor that you need to expand your reach and increase your revenue. Jump on in and get in where you fit in and start bossing today. Awesome. I'm loving it. Okay, so we about to do something else. Just bear with me, folks. Bear with me, folks. Bear with me, folks. I want to play this for you, folks.
You know, everybody wants to get their business booming. They want to get their business booming right where they are and globally. Well, guess what? There are books that can help you get your business booming. And I am Dr. Lotus Riche from Lotus Riche Ignites, coaching and consultant, and I'm here to bring to you speakers, authors, and change makers that's going to help you get your business booming. So come on in and get in where you fit in, because I've got amazing speakers like
Barbara H. Smith, the business strategy consultant, award-winning speaker, entrepreneur, author, corporate trainer, and actress. And you know you got to get her book, Speak, Coach, and Train. And that's right, we got Michele D. Clark, the LMSW, the Hope. She is the Hope Dealer, coach, keynote speaker, and empowerment strategist. Get her book, Hush, Breaking the Cycle of Silence.
Coming straight to you on this free, check it out, free webinar on books to get your business booming. Right here in this private Zoom room. And guess what? we're going global because we're going to also show it on Facebook Live. So we'll see you there. Get in where you fit in and get booked that get your business booming.
Get your business booming. Buy their books today. All right. Fantastic. Fantastic. So as we begin to wrap up our segment, you know where I'm going. I'm going right to your book, page 22.
Mhm.
Page 22. You shared, so what he did not realize and probably did not care about
Mhm.
was that when he stole my virginity, he also stole my identity,
That's right.
my self-worth, my self-esteem. I didn't feel worthy of love anymore. I felt dirty, filthy, tainted. I felt like trash. I was a throwaway, something to be used and cast aside. I also felt like it was my fault. Why didn't I fight harder? Why didn't I yell? After all, his mother was in the next room. Why didn't I kick him in the ding ding? Why didn't I tell an adult? Why didn't I tell my friend what really happened? Why didn't I tell anyone I was raped? I love that you put this here because people who are who've experienced rape, who've experienced this type of cruel violation, these are the questions that they ask themselves. And then another question that they ask themselves sometimes, I know I did, was who was doing that to that person, especially if it's another kid. But you broke the cycle. So I want to ask you with this, and folks, go ahead and give us some analytic love. Give us some analytic love for the portion of her book that I just read to you. What I want to ask you is, how did you reach to the depths of your soul and bring that out? Because that's such a hard thing to do. And I'd like you to give us your 5 tips for people who may ask themselves these questions.
Yes, yes, yes. You know, I really had to think about, and it's kind of going to come into the tips. I had to think about who I was and whose I was. That was really the basis. And again, I have to credit my parents because if they never taught me whose I was,
Yes.
you know, when you say who you are, that's an extension of whose you are.
Exactly.
So if you're an extension, that means there has to be a base.
Yes.
There has to be a foundation. And so they gave me that foundation because when I didn't feel that I was lovable, I had to borrow the love of the Lord. Because no matter what we go through, God loves us unconditionally, agape love. And so I had to tap into that. When I felt as if I wasn't good enough, I had to tap into the goodness of the Lord because God is good. God
All
is
the
great.
time.
God is love. God is healing. God is powerful. So I had to tap into that, yes, in the comments, I had to tap into that power, that source. And I do tell people that if you don't have a source, it's just like a phone. When you are running low on your battery, your phone, what do we all do? Child, we
Charge it.
run over
Yes.
somebody trying to get our phone hurry up and plug into the outlet.
Mm-hmm.
Folks be like, oh no, I can't leave the house without my power cord.
Exactly.
You gotta run and plug it in to a source. So when we are feeling low spiritually, emotionally, physically, we have to plug ourselves into a source. So the first thing is we have to find out what that source is. Who is our source? So who are we and whose are we? What is your source? My source may not be your source.
Exactly.
And that's okay. But just have a source.
Ooh.
Have a source.
Ooh, wow. Yes. I love that. That's why, look, y'all. I put it in the chat on y'all side so you can click on the link. You got to get these books. These books will change your life. Please go ahead, Michelle.
Yes. So who you are, whose you are. Find your source.
Yes.
Plug it in. Part 2, you have to identify, when you talk about who you are, you have to identify what you stand for and what you do not stand for.
Right.
Because if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.
You said
Period.
it.
So you have to identify. And when I work with my clients, sometimes it's easier to reverse engineer things.
Yes.
So like when somebody says, you say, well, what do you want in life? I don't know, but I know I don't want no scrub. Okay, all right. So you don't want a scrub. Let's start there.
Right.
So then, what does a non-scrub look like? So then help it, and so like the reverse engineering it, and then next thing you know, we've identified what a good person looks like.
Yes.
Right? So same thing with bigger goals, not just relationships, I shouldn't say bigger, but not non-relational goals. We have to sometimes identify what we don't want, and then flip it to what we do want. So that's
exactly
the goodness of finding out
exactly
what you stand for, what you don't stand for. Sometimes you identify what you don't stand for first, then flip it over to what you do stand for. And then work in that stand.
Yep.
Work that stance. Rock the boat. I used to listen when I used to speak on stage before COVID. I would come out to Aaliyah's Rock the Boat.
Yes.
Because sometimes you got to rock the boat and then you got to work the middle and change positions.
Change positions. That's right. That's my song too.
Oh, yes. So work in that. Work in what you stand for and make sure people know what you don't stand for. So that way they don't get it twisted.
Exactly.
Another thing is identifying. This may sound like is she just talking about personal? Yes, because first of all, when somebody says business, remember what our parents said to us, mind your business?
Yes.
They talk about mind yourself. We are our business. So
exactly.
whatever your marketing is an extension of who you are.
Exactly.
Shari, Lais, I love you to life. Brand you, not what you do. So we are our business. We identify our ideal market. So that way we can put out there, what is it that we have and who are we talking to?
Yes.
Who are we trying to help? Who are we looking to lead? Because listen, everybody isn't for us and we aren't for everybody.
Exactly.
When you find out whose you are, you plug yourself in that source, you talk about what you stand for, what you don't stand for, there's going to be some people on this side of the line, there's going to be some people on that side of the line. You need to know where your line is and be able to guide them there.
Exactly. And you know, this is so much power. But Dambuya, he is watching us all the way from London, and we've got a couple comments, and I want to go right to these comments. I don't want to leave the broadcast before we go from these comments. So hi, Dr. Lotus Riche, you are phenomenal. The ladies are looking stunning and blissful. Woo woo! That's right. And he says, indeed, I second that. The story behind the closed doors of our glory is crucial and necessary for people to know how some of us dealt and cope with our struggles and challenges successfully. He further said, Michelle, continue to stay steadfast and pursue your inner calling. Your story is emotional, but very mental strength and phenomenal and inspiring. You will continue to strive gracefully or to thrive gracefully. And we've got a lot of L's in the comments, people sending love and people coming in from all over the world. And we want to thank you. We want to thank you for being a part of this broadcast. We ask for you to share this broadcast, give us some analytical love, and make sure you follow these two amazing ladies. Make sure you follow them on their platforms. You can go to Facebook and you can follow them. And here, look right down below. That's where you can follow them. Their websites are there. This is where you can get their books. Look right there. Here is Michelle's book, Hush, Breaking the Cycle of Silence Around Sexual Abuse. Go ahead and get your book. You can get it right there. There's the link. Get that book. And there's Barbara H. Smith, Speak Coach Train, Strategies to Discover. You know, you got to get her book. And there's the link. There's the link. Get that book. Okay? Get that book. Get their books today. If you get their books, get the books and boom your business today. What else can I say? So other than that, I want to ask you guys, I'm going right back to you, Miss Barbara. Can you please take a moment to tell people, first of all, I want to thank you ladies again for being here on Books to Boom Your Business. You do so much around the world for so many, and we just simply love you here at Books to Boom Your Business. And we want to welcome you back because I know you guys got other books that's coming up. You're going to be helping more people around the world. So I want to invite you back. Will y'all come back?
Absolutely.
All right. Give them some love, y'all. Put some L's in the comment. Give them some love. Right? So thank you so much. So with that said, Miss Barbara, you have a phenomenal book. I mean, you got a phenomenal book.
Thank you so much, Dr. Riche.
You're welcome. So can you please, again, I've told people, click the link below, but I want it to come from your voice. Let them know how to get your book and how to connect with you to bring them to your show, bring them to your conferences, and to coach with you and train with you.
You're asking a whole lot of information in
That's
a little
right.
bit of time. So
That's right.
Let me get it in where I can
We
get
want it all.
I am so grateful. If you want the Speak Coach Train Strategies to Discover Your Passion book, reach out to contact me at www.barbarahsmith.com. Don't forget the H.
Yes.
barbarahsmith.com. That's two bars and an A. barbarahsmith.com. And reach out, connect with me there. Contact me there. I will send you a signed book there for $20. We'll work it out.
Yes.
But if you go to Amazon, you're going to pay $30 for the book. When you contact me direct, I will sign a book and send it to you. For $20, you're going to use my cash.
Wow.
I also have another book that's in the making right now. 10 authors. It's an anthology. I am putting it together. These ladies are amazing. I'm going to be telling you their amazing stories. So I was really interested in your book, Michelle, and I will pick that up. And then we have a conference coming up in October, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Luxury and Limited. We're going to teach you how to treat you at the Virginia Beach Oceanfront. All view rooms are ocean view rooms. And it is limited in luxury, only 20 ladies. And it is going to be totally inclusive, all inclusive Photoshop. Photo session with hair, makeup, and photographs. We're having two amazing presenters and me. I'm not the one that I'm talking about being amazing, but Mr. Brian,
you are amazing.
And his beautiful wife, Lisa Santiago McNeil, are going to teach us how to do sales and sales confidence in the ways you never thought possible. He's my coach, one of my 4, and he has taught me how to love selling. I never liked selling. But anyway, he's going to be there. There's a spa treatment included. You get the manicure, pedicure, you take your choice. And it is going to be gifts. I am showering these ladies, teaching them how to treat them. Teach you how to treat you in a limited and luxury event. And then next month, although you can't go alone, you can live vicariously through me. I will be leaving on July the 8th, headed to Nairobi, Kenya. And I will be broadcasting live every single day to show you what it's like, show you what the journey is like. And it will be my 4th time in 12 months being in Nairobi, Kenya. So yes, I am an international speaker. Thank you so much, Dr. Lotus Riche, for having me on your show.
Always my pleasure.
Thank you, Michelle. The team behind the scenes, I couldn't do any of this. Michelle, we couldn't do any of this without Sarah and Catherine. Thank you so much, guys. I'm out.
Woo, woo! Woo! Put some bees in the comments, folks. Put some bees in the comments because we got the beautiful bodacious and Barbara H. Smith. She's so bad, she doggone good. Thanks, Barbara. Thank you so much. Make sure y'all get her book, folks. And make sure you join her at the Luxury and Limited Conference You want to get your tickets as soon as you can. So make sure you connect with Barbara, get those tickets, and make sure you check out her show when she goes to Nairobi, Kenya. You will not want to miss her show. So, Michele, please let folks know how to connect with you. Let them know how they can sign up with you, get your trainings. Let them know what's next for you, what other books you got coming on, what conferences you got coming on.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. And again, I definitely have to give a big shout out, big woo to all the production team here, Dr. Lotus for inviting me, and Dr. Barbara. I'm telling you, have been absolutely amazing. And don't say Dr. Barbara, so I might be speaking something out there now. Watch out.
Speak it into existence.
Come on now. So, it's just been a wonderful, wonderful experience, both as a speaker and as a spectator. So amazing.
Yes.
And of course, if you want to connect with me, all you do is go to www.michele.clark. And that's Michele, one L, you don't need two, one at the same. So it's MICHELEV, as in David, CLARK.com. Go to MicheleDClark.com and go to the contact page, and you can actually put in there, because I want to know where you came from. I want to show some love to Dr. Lotus. So go ahead and put in there books to boom as your keyword. And guess what? Not only will you have access to purchase a book off of my website. It's $14.99 plus $5.99 shipping and handling, so about 20 some odd change. And you can order it on my website. So go to the website, order it there. And if you order from my website, not only will you get a signed copy from me, but you will also get a free conversation exploration with yours truly, Michele D. Clark. So I would love to connect with you. So that way we can jive, we can talk about what's going on with you, with us in the world, and also we can help you to hone in on some of your skills that you want to enhance. You may have some things that's going on in your life and say, Lord, I totally relate what's going on with Hush. I need to talk to somebody. Guess what? Talk to me. If you have some other goals and aspirations, I can help you with that as well. Now, upcoming next is I will be speaking at the Global Caregivers Speakers event. That's going to be happening on July 9th. It is virtual. You can go to Eventbrite and get your tickets there. I believe they're only $10. It's not a steal. In addition to that, I have a young lady, Keisha Newton. We partnered up and we birthed a company called BU. It's BEEYOU, BU LLC. And we're going to have our virtual reveal in late August on the 29th.
Awesome.
And basically, it really just amplifies what I stand for, Lift Nation, and that's empowering women. See, my mission, you all, is to be the Harriet Tubman of authenticity, helping women, empowering women to break the chains of stereotypes, shatter glass ceilings, and shed that baggage of bad past decisions, mistakes, and tragedies. And so that's what we're going to be doing with my company, and that's what we're going to be doing at our retreat. We're going to have speakers, about 10 speakers that are going to be gracing the stage virtually, and we're sharing their stories of how they've been through the fire and came out sparkling on the other side. They've been pressed down, shaken up, and it's just going to be fabulous. So you definitely want to be in the house. And we will post our Eventbrite information, so you will be able to get tickets for that as well. So I am just super excited for those things to come, as well as we also have a podcast, East Meets West, that will be debuting later on this month. Excuse me, it's already later on this month, beginning of July. Excuse me. And so just super excited with things coming down the pipeline where we will be able to feature women. And we might let the men in on it too. We'll be featuring people who want to share their stories and also want to advertise their business. Because listen, again, business, when parents say mind your business, they're talking about you. And so we want to talk to you. I love to connect with you all. Thank you all so much. Again, my name is Michele D. Clark with Lift Nation, where we're empowering women to live inspired, free, and transform.
Woo-hoo. I'm loving it. So thank you so much, Michele. Make sure, folks, you grab her new book. Make sure you check her podcast out, East Meets West. Make sure you join her for her awesome retreat, and make sure you hit her up at www.micheledclark.com, and make sure you hit up Barbara at www.barbarahsmith.com. The book is only $20, and make sure you get that book. Look, get the books and boom your business today. This is what I have to say from Dr. Lotus Riche. So, ladies, and of course, my awesome staff that's always getting in where they fit in to help people ignite and take flight in every area of their life. I love you guys. I appreciate you. And I'll see you again next time on Books to Boom Your Business. So make sure if you have not shared this broadcast, go ahead and share it out. Go ahead and share it out and shout it out, because we're coming back again to a place near you. So look, I'm going to change some things around, and I'm going to go ahead and share this with you. Have a great day, and thanks again.
Everybody wants to get their business booming. They want to get their business booming right where they are and globally. Well, guess what? There are books that can help you get your business booming. And I am Dr. Lotus Riche from Lotus Riche Ignites, coaching and consultant, and I'm here to bring to you speakers, authors, and change makers that's going to help you get your business booming. So come on in and get in where you fit in, because I've got amazing speakers like
Barbara H. Smith, business strategy consultant, award-winning speaker, entrepreneur, author, corporate trainer, and actress. Get her book today. And of course, she says, speak, coach, and train. Get that book and boom your business. And of course, we got the phenomenal Michele D. Clark, the LMSW. Lift Nation LLC, the founder of Home Dealer Coach, keynote speaker around the world. Get her book, co-authored, Hush! Breaking the Cycle of Silence Around.
Coming straight to you on this free, check it out, free webinar on books to get your business booming. Right here in this private Zoom room. And guess what? We're going global, because we're going to also show it on Facebook Live. So we'll see you there. Get in where you fit in and get books that get your business booming.
Thank you, and have a great day. We'll see you real soon.